Hey there guys, we are back and we've got a point to prove today. Kyle Brennan obviously had a really good week last week except for that final race. So we're going to shoot back onto the track today and see if we can redeem ourselves. Kyle really upset that he wasn't able to get Gallo in that last race. Made some alterations to the car. New gearbox, new flywheel and clutch, and we have done a stage one weight reduction as well, so the car definitely better. We've obviously had to buy the performance restrictor and bring that back down. Excuse me. Here's our last race. Here it is over here. You'll see that the suggested PP is 350 and the suggested car we drive, or the recommended car, is the Golf GTI, which we've got, and the recommended PP for that is 353.45. We're a little bit less than that, 350.27, so this should be pretty fair. Yeah, let's get into it. Rightio. So it's still saying that the Fiat 500 is the car to beat. That's going to be our main rival, and the buses as well, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Anyway, let's get started and we'll see how we do with the first race of the day. We need to get gold here. Kyle needs to win this for us to progress onto the next series, so hopefully we can do that today. Sunday Cup Classic at Tsukuba Circuit, 3 laps, let's race. Here we go, Kyle is at it again. He's going to try to get the better of all of the drivers this time round. The changes to the gearbox. He's basically shortened some of the gears, made them quicker, and obviously the gear changes are going to be a lot quicker because of that flywheel. Wow, he's really motoring through here. Second Hunter already into 10th position. Now going to easily get past Estevez in the Beetle. Things will now start to get a little bit tougher as he starts making his way towards the quicker drivers in the field, and obviously the further up towards the front you get, the quicker the drivers are, so it's going to get more difficult. And takes a wide line there, cuts into the apex and gets a great exit. Mosso overtaken very, very easily. Now he's up against the 2 Citroens. These two were proving to be quite difficult to beat last week, but now with the gear changes and the lightness of the car, now we have got a stage one lightness package on the car, and straight up into lap 2, and Kyle Brennan is up into 4th position, taking Curtis in the Alpha. Curtis comes back on the inside, Brennan back round, and he keeps 4th. Curtis fighting him, but unfortunately for Curtis, he wasn't able to hold on to that, and Brennan is now got his eyes fixed on Gallo. That's his main competition. Obviously we know that by now, but he's still going to get past Bajandent in order to get Gallo, and he's got to beat Gallo and pass Lim in order to get the win. Second lap of 3 at the moment. Still a big gap between him and the 3 front runners of the race so far, although Kyle does have the quickest lap of the race of 1 minute 17.492. Man, that car really looking good out there. Still got the comfort mediums on the car, so the car is not the best with, or not as good as it can be, I suppose, with the handling, but we have balanced the car really nicely, or Kyle's balanced the car really nicely with power and handling. So still in 4th as we cross the line. hadn't made any positions up on lap number 2. Final lap now, but he has made up a lot of ground. He's on the back of Pagent's Golf, and now the battle begins. Pagent seeming to leave a little bit of too much room there. Brennan easily through the inside. And now Gallo has got a rear view mirror full of Kyle Brennan's Golf. That little Mark 1 GTI really doing a very good job of staying planted out there, nice and light. Even lighter now, obviously, after the weight reduction we've done on the car. Oh, Gallo getting in the way. That's going to affect the acceleration of the Golf on the start-finish straight, or up on this main long straight, I should say. Brennan drafting into the last turn. Here we come. Can he do it? He's on the apex of the turn. Oh, Lim trying to shut the door. Unfortunately, not enough done. A little too late. Gallo gets past Lim. Brennan gets past Lim and Gallo and takes the win. There we have it. He's eventually done it. Couple of upgrades, but obviously having to reduce the power of the car to keep the car within the PP limits of the race. And there we have it, Kyle Brennan on top in this one. You can't blame Kyle for loving that car, man. That is a little monster. Well done. First place, Kyle. Brilliant. Right, so here we are. We're going to now look at the event directory. Sunday Cup 100%, Sunday Cup Classic 100%, and now we move on to the FF Challenge 450, or front engine front wheel drive. 66% finished on that one as well. We have got 2 in the bag already from previous races that have been done by me through the course of the career mode. This one is for Kyle to do though. It is suggesting that you would drive the Suzuki Swift again. Suggested PP for this one is 450, although there is no limit. So we'll keep it at that. We won't go above the 450 mark, but let's have a look and see. I think I know which car Kyle is going to choose. This one is obviously going to be upgraded. Let's move, right, let's sort these quickly according to performance points. Speeds 450 as a max, and I think I know which one it is. It has to be a front wheel drive car too. There we go. That's the one. He wanted the Honda Fit if it would make the grade, and it has. So let's do this. Japanese FF Challenge 450. High speed ring. This one should be a cinch for Kyle. Let's have a look and see. Let's get racing. And here we go. Can't blame Kyle for loving this car. This is an amazing piece of machinery. He's really set this up really nicely. 7 gears, and they're really close set, so this is going to accelerate like anything. And it sounds so cool. Little screaming Honda Fit. .188 kilometers per hour. Coming around the turn, and he takes a whole bunch of them all at once. Kyle into 4th position. Down to 4th gear. It looks like he's dropped that suspension even further than it was before. Nice and low. That car really hugging the road nicely now. Taking a wider line there so he can take a closer take on the apex of the next turn. Takagi relinquishes 3rd position unwillingly, but he relinquishes it nonetheless. Kyle Brennan chasing Fraga now. had some trouble with that driver from time to time here in Japan. But Kyle not having the same issues. Our ugly outside. And now Yamanaka, he'll pose a threat to, I think Yamanaka is going to be the Japanese driver that we're going to have to watch out for quite closely. Kyle flashing the lights there, telling Yamanaka he's coming for him in the slipstream of the Honda Integra Type R. It's a Honda fight right up front. Kyle Brennan and Yamanaka doing battle. But Kyle takes the lead on the outside, on the bank turn, and there he is, in the lead. In the second lap of the race. A 2-lap race this. And the little Honda Fit sounding fit for business as Kyle Brennan takes another quickest sector. Got the quickest lap of the race as well, the 141.686. Kyle was telling me that he really wanted this car if we were able to drive it again through the series somewhere, because it really is a fantastic little piece of machinery. Flashing at the cameraman, or the camera drone, as he passes by. Must admit, the camera work on these tracks done with these cameramen and drone operators is really fantastic. Kyle Brennan rounds the final turn, and he's going to do his his wave. That's the Brennan wave. The Brennan wave to the crowd, celebrating first position. Not really much of a challenge for him on this race. This car just too good for the competition. And there's the result. Kyle Brennan in the Fit Hybrid from 2014 in first position. 4.41 seconds ahead of his nearest competition, being Yamanaka in the Integra Type R. So that completes our first tier of this series that we're doing. So we move on to the next tier, which is the FR Challenge 450. This is a front engine rear wheel drive, and 450 pp is the limit here. Let's go have a look and see what Kyle chose as a car for this one. Okie dokie, so this is what Kyle has decided to use. It's a Fair Lady, a Nissan Fair Lady, an old one. So really a beautiful car. He has done a livery on it to make it look decent. Put some nice new tyres on it, and look, there wasn't a lot that he could do with it because it was quite a powerful car to begin with, but he has sorted out the gearbox, which is obviously I approve of that. He has put better tyres on it. He has put the lowest grade of suspension on there as well. He has got a stage 1 weight reduction. So I think this might be okay. So I'm not sure if I like the Hornet signs on it, and it's supposed to look like one of those Japanese killer Hornets by the looks of it. Well, let's just see if it performs like a killer Hornet. Let's get out to the track and see how Kyle's Hornet performs out there. So here we go, off to the FR Challenge 450. 10,000 credits for the bank for this one. Let's enter and see what our rivals look like. I really like this car. I've actually got one myself in my other profile. Very differently set up to this one though. But we'll see how this one goes. Kyle has tried to get it as balanced as possible. And let's see who we're up against. Sylvia's BRZ A86 Toyota 86. There's some serious competition out there. You can see the cars driving past. But yeah, let's see how we do. This is going to be a tough one. Let's race. Well, here we go. This car really sounds wild, but let's see how Carl does with it. I suppose looks don't win races, but it really sounds vicious. Along the inside, nice clean overtake on the inside of the Mazda MX-5 or the Mazda Miata. Then the white one, driven by Jenkins, he's easily overtaken by Kyle. Looking really balanced in this car despite it being quite old, so I think he's done a decent job getting this car settled down and into a point where it can actually compete here. Well, into sixth, a slide through there, perfectly controlled. Very, very good racing line there, and he's chasing that big Fairlady Z. He's driving an old Fairlady Z. The yellow one giving him a bit of a battle here at the back end of the field. Kyle in 5th position. Verioche in 4th. Oh, sorry, Santana in 4th. Kyle's going down the inside here on the brakes. Keeps the racing line. No contact. Sliding through the inside there. Got a great overtake. Kyle Brennan really showing that he can control this car. A nice choice actually. I really like the look of this. The older Nissans. This one's a 70s model, I think. We'll see later on. I didn't make a note of what model it was. But Kyle really doing a good job with it. I like his little Hornet livery on the car. It looks like one of those Asian killer Hornets actually. Sounds like an angry Hornet too. In 4th place, he's got Simmons. Oh, some contact with the blue. What is that? Is it the Hyundai? Is that a Hyundai? We'll see as it comes past. Oh no, it's the Subaru BRZ. Everyone stays on track though, which is good. Kyle in 2nd, chasing Cavellum now, who's got the Toyota GR86, and he takes the lead. Into the beginning of lap 3, Kyle Brennan takes the outside and gets the car into 1st position. Oh, Cavellum back in the lead there. Very, very short-lived though. Kyle Brennan back into 1st. Forced off the track there slightly by the look of it in the grass, but he did actually control the car really well. He's got the quickest lap as a 1:10.146 and just got a new faster sector as well. This car is really loud. He did put a new manifold on it and a sports exhaust, so looking really good now. The Subaru and the Toyota doing battle now for position 2 and 3. Kuparin has overtaken Santana. He's taken 2nd. Kyle Brennan though in 1st position around the last corner, and the victory is his. One of his showboat handbrake skids over the line. Oh, flames coming out that exhaust. What a great result for Kyle Brennan in the Killer Hornet. 1st position, 1.397 seconds ahead of Kuparinen, and then Santana in 3rd in the Fairlady Z. And Santana in the yellow Fairlady overtook the Toyota 86 of Cavellum to take 3rd. Bit of a steal there, but great driving by Kyle. So there we are, 25% through the front engine rear wheel drive challenge 450. Let's move into the next race, which is FR Challenge 450 in Japan. We'll keep the same car obviously for Kyle, he seems to be doing very well with it. Nice track this, hardly any sharp turns. Let's see how he fares out there. Tokyo Expressway Central in the clockwise direction. 2 laps to go for this one. I think Kyle is going to do pretty well with this one, judging by what we've seen so far. MX-5 and an old shaped Skyline. May not be the same cars as last time. Anyway, very nice looking scenery that. Let's get racing. We're here in Tokyo, Japan. Well, here we go. Let's see how the Killer Hornet does in this race. Looking good so far. Always looks good right at the beginning of the race. Here we go, an easy pass on the MX-5 or the Miata, no matter what you want to call it. So a very cool little sports car that. Kyle Brennan moving on the outside. Into 5th, an easy pass. Car looking really quick. He has changed the gear ratios in between races because this one is obviously filled with longer straights, so it's going to need a lot more top end than it had in the previous races. Seems to have got it nice and smooth. Sun going down. Soon enough we'll be driving at night. So Kyle hoping to make hay while the sun shines, doing a very good job of passing Derioche. 3 drivers in front, Santana, Cavellum and Simmons. Kyle Brennan in position number 4. Tightly packed, oh, bit of a slide by Kyle coming through that turn, but he keeps it off the wall, which is great. And here we go, all bunched up. Oh, Kyle getting slammed in the wall on the inside. Maybe not a wise choice. We did have told him to try to keep his overtaking on the outside, but he gets all the way into first. Oh, slight crash on the wall, grinding the mirrors down on the concrete. Kyle Brennan in position number 1. Santana challenging in the 300 ZX. Kyle Brennan holding him off for the most part. Simmons also trying to catch up and take a crack at it. Simmons into 2nd. He's overtaken Santana. Santana moves back into 2nd. Kyle Brennan on a charge here while the other 2 are doing battle with each other, but it seems like Santana has gotten past and he's really got some pace. Santana into 1st around the corner. Slightly too hot into that bend and Kyle takes the lead back. The 2 Nissan Zs having a big battle up in front. But so far it's Kyle Brennan getting the better of that exchange with the Hornet. Santana not giving up though, all over the back of Kyle Brennan. Brennan sets the fastest sector by 0.5 seconds, also holding the quickest lap at 1:43.129. Santana knocking at the door. Around the turn they come. This is the final turn. Will Santana get past, or can Kyle Brennan hang on? It looks like Kyle's going to take it, and Kyle Brennan does take the win in the Hornet, the Killer Hornet. Man, he's done a great job with that car. Santana trying to make a point, taking the lead after the race is done. Excuse me. Great result. 0.4 ahead of his competition Santana. It looks like Santana, Cavellum and Simmons will be very tough competition. Well, great race, Kyle. Well, there we go. A win for the Killer Hornet. Nice drive by Kyle Brennan. Well, let's move on to the next race. Right, high speed ring. Nice. Kyle has really done a great job with this car. I'm pretty impressed with it. My new race chair comes tomorrow. Or today actually. It was due to come tomorrow, but I got a notification that it is on delivery today. So I'm really looking forward to that, because I can get rid of this squeaky chair that you've been hearing for I don't know how long. Hopefully the new one doesn't squeak. So anyway, next race. Let's get going. Here we go, Kyle Brennan shooting down the straight. Kyle saying he's a bit concerned about this one. He's not sure if the Killer Hornet is going to have enough top end power to stay with the rest of the field, but so far looking really, really smooth. Catching up to the competition. Taking Melis, taking Sato, taking Ortega. He gets them all except for position number 1. Cavellum in front, in position number 1 in the Toyota. I think he's in a Toyota 86. Might be the Subaru, let's have a look. No, that is definitely the Toyota. 2 orange cars right up in the front. Looks like Kyle's concerns are misplaced. The Killer Hornet 240Z or 240Z, listen, fair lady, on the charge behind Cavellum. It looks like he's gaining ground. 200SX S13, the black one behind Kyle Brennan, looking dangerous. Kyle firmly in second position though, behind Cavellum. He's going to be wanting to get a slipstream here, but I'm not sure if he is close enough. Looking at that. Onto the brakes. Into turn 1. Oh, he's right up in the exhaust of Cavellum, and he moves around the outside. Another outside overtake. That seemed to be a much better option for the team than the inside dives. Oh, look at the 200SX right on the back of Cavellum. Sato pushing that orange Toyota, while Kyle starts to stretch out a lead. That Nissan sounding really nice. Nice dirty engine sound. The others quite close behind though. Kyle though gets a 3.12 second improvement on that sector. 1 minute 38.560 is the lap record held by Kyle Brennan. The gap seems to be growing, but this is where he said he had the concerns on the top end. Sato has come past, he's in second, and Melis is also overtaking Cavellum. So we've got 3 Nissans up front, and it looks like Kyle Brennan is getting reeled in by the other 2. Sato and Melis on a charge. Oh, Melis swipes second position from Sato. Kyle Brennan holds first, but barely. What a race. That was brilliant. Great driving by Kyle. definitely correct about that top end. The others definitely catching up there with relative ease, but he had done enough in the early stages of the race to create a big enough buffer to win it. Great job there by Kyle. That was close. That was close. Clearly losing ground on that last straight, but there it is, a gold. So one more race to go, and here we go. This one being the best paying out of the bunch, 23,000 for the win here. Let's go see where we're going to go for this one. Autopolis. Well, this should prove to be quite an interesting race. Lots of twists and turns and some long straights as well. The long straights obviously where the top end of the car is not as good as it should be, but the gear ratios that Carl's put in place in this gearbox seem to be working really well in the fast and mid sections of the races, so I think it's pretty well sorted. I think we definitely should be looking at a win here. Let's get to it. Final race of the day. Kyle hoping to kick tail and make it 4 wins in a row. Definitely looks like it's possible with this car. He's really done a great job with it. Into 5th gear. Come down to the first bend. The Screaming Hornet is on the charge. That's a nice looking Sylvia, that gold one of MI's. He's overtaken Sato, moved into 6th position. Kyle Brennan's still in 8th, chasing the whole pack. Sato is probably going to try to get that position back. Whoa, Kyle looking a little bit loose. Keeps it on track though. So, sliding the rear out as he chases Sato. That gold Sylvia really does look nice. Out on the outside, Kyle Brennan looking to overtake Sato here. And he gets it done. Switcheroo over to the left hand side. He gets Izumitani. Wow, okay, some of these names are a little bit difficult. Kyle takes 6th position. He's behind the gold Sylvia and chasing hard. You can hear the turbos whistling on that gold car. Kyle gets overtaken back into... Oh, what happened there? I don't know what happened to that white AE86. But it was all over. Kyle Brennan attacking MI, gets him, forces him wide with that trajectory around the corner, takes the inside on the outside, taking Gallo. He's going to be happy about that. Gallo in the rear view is always a good sign. That car is racing really well. They're normally on par, those two. And with that, Kyle Brennan is into 2nd position, chasing Ernst, the German in the Mazda, and he gets him on the start-finish straight. Kyle Brennan into 1st position as they cross the line for lap number 2, the 2nd lap of the race. And look at MI speeding through here into 2nd position. He takes 1st from Kyle, both of them off the track. Oh, a big hit! What happened there? Ernst getting into the side of MI, Brennan forcing his way in between the two cars, back into 1st position, and MI back on the back of Brennan's Hornet, and straight through into 1st again. Oh, but he's off! MI and a complete menace on the track. Brennan keeping calm and staying in control. Man, that gold Sylvia really giving us a hard time. Giving Imai a hard time as well by the look of it. It's looking... he's drifting that car. It looks like it's definitely got too much power on the back. More of a drift car than a track car by the look of it. All right, on the back of Brennan. He's inside. He's knocked Brennan off the race line. Man, that can't be fair. Takes the position back, but Kyle Brennan is not going to take that line down. I know him well enough now to know that he's going to be fighting for that position back. You can see he's on the power all the way off onto the rumble strips. Am I still in the lead? Brennan a little wide there, but he should be able to get a nice undercut. Oh, a little bit too much of an undercut onto the grass. Working that steering like anything. He wants that position back. It's going to be tough. Can he get it? It's the final couple of turns. He's making up ground, but does he have the acceleration? This is where he's had the problems with the car. The top speed of the car just not there. Imai takes first position. Kyle Brennan having to settle for second. That is not going to go down well in the McVagger ASR team paddock. Nonetheless, a really good race by Kyle Brennan. Word. Well, we're definitely going to have to do that one again. I think Kyle was robbed there. Silver for the last race of the day. So, definitely, Kyle's going to need to get his own back on that one. So, that's it for today, guys. So, drive safely. Take care. We'll see you on the track.